to join this conference on restoring a culture of over small-scale mining in Ghana. Please be seated.
Okay, please, can we all get the seat? Can you all get the seat?
We welcome the father of the house.
Can we all get the seat, please? Can you all get the seat?
Of the house and also the minister also addressed us. We had a technical presentation from the ministry on the state of mining, and we are now discussing the proposed way forward. They gave us about 10 things we have done, and MPs are commenting on how to contribute. The CEO of Cocoa Board has also pledged support. The Minister for Water and Fisheries has also pledged support as well. So we're in the second round of contributions from the floor UK. So with your indulgence, we'll take a few more comments from members before we take your closing comments. So if the House agrees, I'm going to go back to that corner and I'll take two. The first blue shirt and the second blue shirt. When I finish, I'll come to this corner and take about three, and I'll end with Honorable Collins Dowdell, and we'll finish. Please make it 2 minutes maximum per comment. Go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. My name is NPP-Alban Bagbin. I'm the MP of Mahama. You know, it's one of those regulatory mining issues. Please, thank you so much. Be seated. Please kindly permit me to thank Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic, Professor Jenana Okuku Ajiman, for coming not only to grace this occasion, but also to open this orientation brief. I thank all my colleagues, deputy speakers, and the leadership of the House. I also want to thank all honorable members for being present in spite of the enormous pressures on them. I know a few of them might not be here. We are extremely also grateful to the heads of agencies present, and I welcome all the ladies and gentlemen who, in spite of not being qualified to be here, have found themselves here, including those who lost their elections. I thank you all for your active participation and insight. Today has been an opportunity for us all, as representatives of the people, to gain a deeper understanding of the urgent need to restore a culture of proper artisanal and small-scale mining in Ghana. I will not use the word illegal or Galamsey, because they are just illegal because we made it so. We allow the commercial mining to be legal. We also allow some small-scale mining to be legal, but others will say they are illegal because we legislated them to be illegal. But it was the whole society that had given approval and, in fact, actively involved in what was happening on the ground. But we can no longer afford to to turn a blind eye to the devastation that this type of mining has brought upon our lands, our forests, and our water bodies, and in fact, our food crops. As members of Parliament, we hold a sacred duty to ensure that the resources in our constituencies are managed responsibly and sustainably for the benefit of present and future generations. But it's important for all of us to note that the foundation of all human rights is that of the right to life. It's so sacred that the first law of nature is self-survival. And we all have it in our local dialects that you cannot be carrying food and die of hunger. That is the reality we are faced with. And we should take that on board in whatever solution we are trying to find to this crisis. And we all know that anytime you have a challenge, it's also an opportunity. And when you have crisis, you have prizes and you have prizes. And so together we can turn this around to our advantage. So the artisanal and small-scale mining, when we are able to get it done responsibly, has the potential to uplift our communities, create sustainable jobs, and contribute significantly to our national economy. Other governments have failed. They have failed because they did not get the proper prescription. It will lead to hopelessness. The people have given us a huge trust, and they are very hopeful that together with them we'll find a solution to this serious national challenge. Honourable members, the fight against this culture of artisanal and small-scale mining is not the responsibility of the system minister and his public servants alone, or that of the government. It is a collective responsibility that requires the commitment of all of us. I have small-scale mining in my area. In fact, my former constituency abounds with a lot of gold. We encourage foreign investors to take over the concessions, mine and take away our precious gold, and that one is lawful. It's not illegal. But when our own people struggle to create jobs for themselves, struggle to survive in spite of the dangers that they know they are facing, you call that illegal and go to shoot them on sight. Please, this is a mark of a serious indictment on leadership. This is a collective effort, but is the way forward. Sooner than later, we'll find a national solution to this problem. And it will be a win-win situation. I want to assure you, Honourable Minister, that we in Parliament stand with you in this fight. And we provide the necessary legislative backing and oversight to ensure that your efforts and that of the government yield the desired results. Some years ago, I had a discussion with consultants from Australia on this type of mining. It's not only in Ghana, it's global. How have the others managed it? And we cannot. And so there are answers to these questions, and they are not easy to find. When you use force, you know action and reaction. The small science are there. We only produce fire. And the military will say fire quenches fire. But the advice of the Stone Age is different. They said, let me be unequivocal in stating that Parliament will not tolerate any member of Parliament, regardless of your position, who is found to be complicit in destructive mining activities. There is a petition before me concerning a member of Parliament, and the member will tell me that I have initiated investigation. Let us be champions of responsible mining in our constituencies. When leadership show the way. It's better to invest in the mining sector than to invest in what we are doing these days. Very useless, expensive spending. But let me end by thanking all of you for your participation and commitment, and let us go forth and be the change we wish to see. Thank you, and may God bless our homeland Ghana and make us stronger and better. Thank you so much.
Please put us one more time for the speaker.
Vote of thanks.
I think he deserves speaker. Oh.
Speaker.
Speaker. Oh. If you were my headmaster, you would remove his I appreciate the years of service, public service, and also his contribution to the public from the media side. We are very grateful for his advocacy and campaigning speakership. Put your hands together.
Thank you very much. That when a problem is enormous, big, and to borrow an expression of one of my predecessors, when a problem is humongous, you break it into pieces. And you have 276 constituencies. So break the problem into 276. And when a problem is, the burden is heavy, you look for helpers. So recruit 276 helpers, members of Parliament. And because every bit of this problem is manifested in one of the spaces at these 275 locations, my hope and aspiration is that there is no way that this problem will consume you. You will consume the problem. That is the idea behind the engagement that we have had today. And so I I thank the Minister for providing this platform for the members of Parliament to engage with him. Next steps, I believe, will be to use your personnel at the Minerals Commission, the EPA, Forestry Commission, to identify the locations in these 275 constituencies and give the Right Honourable Speaker a report that this is happening in this MP's constituency, this is happening in that MP's constituency, this is the nature of the activity there. Then all the ideas that the Minister has shared with us, one of which he says is, let's consider where we can actually make it legal, where we can formalize it. Is it possible for us to just say, look, instead of you doing this illegally, we can give you a small-scale mining license here and have the EPA supervise you, get the Minerals Commission supervise you so that you do it properly, you post a reclamation bond, and then you pay for reclamation to take place when you have completed the exercise. So the Minister, in his presentation, proposed formalization and legalization of what is said to be an illegal activity. That's the first priority of the Minister. Then the second thing that the Minister has indicated needs to be done is to ensure that there is sharing where the large-scale mining concessions take thousands, tens of thousands of acres of land, and they are not really mining in all those areas, but encumber the space and local communities want to participate. How do we get these large-scale mining concessions to share with the local communities? Then there's the issue of accountability. How do you get all these huge excavators to go into a district when you have a district police force? Sometimes you even have a military standing nearby, and yet we pretend that we don't know how these large-scale equipment got into forests and they are operating in forests. And the Minister also deplored the condition in these forest reserves. It will be a sad day for Ghana if we come off presenting an impression that we cannot ensure security in our own forest reserves. That would be the saddest day. We have one of the best military in West Africa, and we cannot say that we cannot deal with security in our forest reserves. Maybe they are 20, 30, 40. So let's recruit every available resource to make sure that our forest reserves are safe locations. In Nigeria, and I shouldn't be saying this, but in Nigeria, because they fail to do this, you can have a situation where Abuja, which is not far from Kaduna, Kaduna is the next biggest city after Abuja, but you cannot even easily drive from Abuja to Kaduna. There's a forest there, and it's not safe, and they actually hijack citizens. Even the plane, the train, sometimes gets hijacked. So let's not allow a situation where people can come and occupy our forests and we don't flush them out, but rather, are complaining helplessly. So our armed forces should move in and flush out those forest reserves. There's no explanation for that. They must do it. That's their responsibility. So there's an issue of accountability. All agencies must be held accountable. And Parliament is that institution that has responsibility to hold agencies accountable. So we can't sit here with the Minister and also sound helpless. We must assist the Minister to hold all institutions that are responsible to play one role or the other accountable. And lastly, the Cocobot CEO has presented what is a very frightening picture. That if we allow this situation to continue and the pollutions to continue, what is likely to happen is that very soon market access for our cocoa will become a problem. And if you know that the billions of dollars that come to shore up our foreign reserves, to stabilize our currency, and to distribute to farmers every year is founded on the sale of cocoa to this problem. Right, Honourable Speaker, I believe these are the highlights of what was discussed today and the strategies that were discussed. And I can assure you that the Right Honourable Speaker and the Parliamentary leadership will work with the minister, so that, Mr. Speaker, I like to be very ambitious. In the next 360 days, the story will be different in the Republic of Ghana. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Housekeeping matters, the minister has made provision for lunch, and so coupons have been distributed to the invited officials. I don't know about the parliamentary candidates who have joined us, but some coupons have been distributed, and I believe that you will have lunch. The MP should not be in a hurry to leave because the House has been adjourned already in preparation for the State of the Nation address tomorrow. And remember that tomorrow all members of Parliament must be sitting in the chamber latest 9:30 in preparation for the State of the Nation address. We thank the Minerals Commission and the team from Minerals Commission for coming. We thank the Forestry Commission and the team from Forest Commission. We thank the Water Resource Commission team. We thank the Minister for Fisheries for coming. We thank the CEO of Cocoa Board for making time to be with us. And we thank all honorable colleagues who are able to make it here. I can see that you have turned out in your numbers, and so we are very grateful to you for making time to come and participate in this all-important deliberation. But even more important, we thank colleagues who participated in the discussions and the honesty, the openness, and the transparency that characterize the discussions by our colleagues here. We believe that we will reform our conduct going forward in trying to resolve this problem. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
I'm now rushing to where I was to be.